Forbidden Psalm. Yeah, I'm really digging this game. Mostly because I can play solo, co-op, or head-to-head. But one thing I'm missing is some really cool maps to play on. So I went back to the wife's 2D painting stash, and this time we're looking at watercolors. I started by taping 4 sheets together to get that basic 2-foot by 2-foot board size. For this scenario, I'll need a 6-inch wide strip from corner to corner to represent the shallow waters, a couple of tick marks off the center line, and I drew out a rough guide for the shallows. I decided to start with a lighter colored beach, which I know is supposed to be black sands in the game, but I kind of like the sandy sand color. I used gouache watercolors, which come in a tube and are highly pigment dense. They never really fully set, so you can reactivate them with water, which is a handy trick when painting with watercolors. However, this also means that you'll need some artist fixative to protect the paint after we're completely done. The sand is in various colors mixed from dark to light. I used ochre, lemon yellow, and burnt sienna. Like I said, the best part is that you don't need to cover 100% in paint. Just add some water and spread it around. This will give you a variation in color tone without a lot of color mixing and wet blending. I guess you could say this is a very wet blending technique. Now on to the water. I started in the deep end with blends of pale green, verdant hue, Prussian blue, and mauve. Man, do I feel like a proper artist with those color names. Anyhow, it's a light green, a dark green, a very dark blue, and a purpley color. And I mixed and blended these colors to go from a dark, rough sea to a light blue near the sandy turf. Again, using the water technique to pull the water into the sand and surf and have it mix in that boundary zone kind of now gives me a delineation between the sandy beach, the shallows, and the deep end. After I was happy with the way it all looked, I gave the painting some time to dry. The surface water, anyhow, let that evaporate. Like I said, it never really sets. I added some white, which is another great part of using the gouache paints, is that you can actually put white watercolor paint over the other paint. Usually with watercolor, your white comes from your paper, and you just don't paint on it. What I chose to do is to start with sponging. So I got some big sponges, damped them out with some water, and just sopped up the white paint and rolled it on where I thought sea spray would be. And after I was happy with that, I came back with a brush and put in some proper waves on the paper. They looked a little stark, so I came back with that same wet sponge and just kind of rolled it over to soften the edges just a little bit. And when it was dry enough that they wouldn't stick together, I placed the 4 pages under some weights and let them sit overnight, as the paper tends to curl from all the water, as you can see in the video. Come back in the morning and I used some 3M spray adhesive to attach the panels to some foam board. I used a brayer or a roller to smooth the edges and make sure the paper was stuck down really solid to the foam core, and then just came back with a sharp X-Acto blade and a square and cut out the 12 by 12 panels. So to give you an idea of how this is going to work, I set up a couple of boards for play. It's not quite the grim dark look of Forbidden Psalm, but these could be used for other game systems as well. Honestly, I had so much fun making this that I made a forest floor map. And I also made a long, thin coastal map for other scenarios. The best thing about this technique is that you have so little time or money invested in making one-off maps that if you never use them again, you still get to play in an immersive world, and that is worth the time and effort. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, consider a like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.